Well, when I first met Mel, it was in Florida, and he said, boy, if you go to Nashville, you could get a record deal. That's like showing a steak to a wolf. You can't have a career in this town for so long without having a lot of people to thank. And my apologies to the hundreds that I'm going to miss, but I need to thank some of the people that really helped along the way. First, I'd like to thank the CMA and the Hall of Fame for including musicians. And I'd like to thank Joe Walker-Metter and Bob. They stayed over and missed a few great golf days. You all don't know this, but we live in the same place in Florida in the wintertime, and we play golf all the time. And they've missed their golf days to stay for this, and I appreciate that. To my mom for my first harmonica, 50 cents for a single mom in 1949 was something. And she came up with my first harmonica. I appreciate that. To my dad, I spoiled his vision of his son going to college. I dropped out to move to Nashville. Even though it broke his heart, he loved me enough to give me the wings to send me on. To Happy Harold was a DJ in Miami who hired me to play and sing rock and roll 15 minutes each night. And through Happy Harold, I met Mel Tillis. To Jim Denny, just on Mel's word, Jim Denny took me in, treated me like he'd known me all his life, set up auditions with Owen and Chet, and later allowed me to start playing on his demo sessions. To Owen Bradley, although he turned me down as a singer, he let me go to a session. I didn't even know what a session was. I watched a 13-year-old girl named Brenda Lee record a huge hit record called Sweet Nothings. And when I saw those musicians work and heard the first playback, I said, I want to do this. To heck with singing. To Harold Bradley, who was the leader on the first demo session I ever played on, he made me feel like I belonged and made me feel comfortable. Because I tell you, I was scared. I was real scared. To Chet Atkins, he turned me down as a singer, but he hired me on my first master session with an upstart 18-year-old singer from Sweden named Anne Margaret. To Grady Martin, he was the leader of the Nashville A-team. He pointed me in the right direction, and he taught me that when you're playing behind a singer, less is more. To Pig Robbins, the greatest session player I've ever known. He inspires me every time we work together. And it's been going on 40-some years, and he still inspires me. To the Nashville A-team for accepting me and for setting the bar so high that the whole world wanted to come to Nashville to record. For Neil Matthews of the Jordanaires, for showing me that all that stuff I learned in music school could be applied to country music and pop music. And then I took that and passed it along to the musicians, and that today they call it the Nashville number system. To all the producers and artists who let me play on their record, I really appreciate that. To Fred Foster, who said, you know, you can also be an artist in addition to being a studio musician. And to be honest with you, I had one record out on Cadence with Archie Blyer, and after Cadence went out of business, I thought, okay, I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm a studio musician, that's what I want to do. Fred Foster said, look, I want you to make some records. And I said, what do you want me to do? And he said, I don't care. Just go make some records. 8 years we made records we couldn't give away. And every year I'd go to Fred and said, Fred, it's not working. You know, he said, keep looking, you'll find it. Could you imagine anybody today waiting 8 years for an artist? And once we finally found it, to Tex Davis, who told the world, he's the greatest promotion man I've ever known. And it was his passion. All these, I've been very lucky to win some awards, and I have to give a lot of credit to Tex Davis because, boy, he got out there and really got the news out. To the 302 musicians, background singers, and engineers who have contributed to my first 35 albums. To Fayette County, West Virginia, for recognizing me and inviting me to participate in a project to raise money to enhance our little town park. And to all the artists who played, we had 18 years of festivals there, and a couple of the artists that played there, Mel played there for me, and some of our Hall of Fame members, the Statlers and Tom T. Hall, and also one of our inductees today. To Sam Lavello, who convinced me that even though I was working sessions around the clock, I should still try to join television's happiest family, the Hee Haw Gang. And I told Sam, I said, Sam, I'm awful busy. He said, just try it one season. I tried it one season, and then I tried it one more, and then 18 years passed. And it was one of the great experiences that I've ever had in the music business. To my first wife, Susan, while I was working 10 to 20 sessions a week, she raised our children to be citizens that the whole world could be proud of. To my entire family for their support. That's 5 grandchildren, by the way. One already in college. How did this happen? To my wife, Pat, my soulmate. She keeps me headed in the right direction. And she loves me in spite of my music addiction. And in spite of the fact that I'm full of hot air. To God for the talent He gave me and for always opening the correct doors. All I ever wanted to do was play with the great people in this hall. And now to be joining them, this is an honor way beyond my fondest dreams. And guess what? I ain't through playing yet. Thank you.